Good morning. It's Wednesday, December 11th at 9:30 a.m., actually a little past that, 9:35 a.m. Welcome.
Hold on one second.
Hold on, we're,
Big time echo.
I think the microphone is on.
Oh, God.
It's not on. Okay, I'm dropping out of here.
I don't think it's
Seven.
yours. Okay. Welcome to the monthly meeting of the Shrewsbury Council on Aging Board of Directors. Hope everyone had a wonderful, thankful
There's one open.
Thanksgiving and are having a good start to your holiday season. The board adheres to the open meetings law and follows Robert's Rules of Order. These meetings are streamed by the town of Shrewsbury, which may be found on the Shrewsbury Town website. I'm Alex Roman, chairperson of the board. Council of Aging staff in attendance are
Outreach Coordinator Renee D'Argento.
Holly Luke, Council on Aging Director.
and board members, starting with the vice chair.
Larry Mayon, good morning.
Morning, Ruth Scala.
Rachel Kleiman-Wexler, board member.
Good morning, Pamela Penna.
Okay, starting with the agenda, which just went to sleep on my screen. The minutes of,
Nope. Welcome.
oh, yes, welcome to our newest board member, Pamela Penna. Thank you for joining and agreeing to help serve the seniors of our community.
Thanks so much, Alex.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. The November 24 minutes, they were also in your email, an attachment with all the other attachments. I don't know of any corrections to the minutes.
I move to accept the minutes. Found no
Sec-
corrections.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, I don't think we have any. Okay. Moving right along to Friends Representative. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning. Happy holidays to everyone. Thanks for having
to
us
you.
here. Just a quick update on what the Friends are doing and have been up to and going to do. Our membership continues to grow happily. We have 46 new members, brings us to just under 250 for our count as of December 10th. We are diligently trying to get the name out there with the Friends and be more visible. So in doing that, we are updating our brochure that we did not too long ago, just updating it with some of the new information. And I gave you all a copy of our brand-new business card, which has all our contact information. Thanks to suggestions from the board and from Holly, we now have an email, we have a website, and we have a phone number. So I'm happy to say that all of them are on one card, and we plan on, once the brochure is revamped, doing some type of a mailing or just getting it out there and putting it in places like the library and obviously here the town hall and the senior center, so that people will not have any reason to not be able to find us. We had a wonderful program just the other day. At the center, we had our holiday party, and the entertainment was Elvis, Dan Fontaine. Fabulous show. We had an amazing turnout. We had to open up the room because we had so many people, and it was great. Everyone really enjoyed it. He's very talented. And in the people in attendance, we asked if they would kindly donate a toy to help, those in need this time of year. And I was amazed at the outreach and the people that donated. My plan was to link it with the Shrewsbury PD. They have their Fill a Cruiser every year, which they did on Saturday, and I didn't realize that they already gave the toys out. So here I am with my car loaded after the event, called Shrewsbury PD, and they said, "Oh, we just dropped them off. We don't have them here at the police station anymore." So I brought them directly to Shrewsbury Youth and Family Services, and they were delighted. And as I said, my car was full. We had over 100 gifts and gift cards, so they were very happy to receive them and know that we're going to make some people happy this time of year. So that was great, and to see the outreach in our seniors to be giving was just amazing. And the month before, I did a similar thing with asking people to donate for the food pantry. So we did get lots of food donations and non-perishable items. So those are two of the things that we did. We are continually updating our website and posting things on there so that we're more visible. We have the bulletin board at the senior center for our latest programs and information. Our next thought is jumping into the technology world. Everyone's on Facebook, so I'm asking the woman that designed our website if she can do a Facebook page for the Friends. So another way to outreach and be in contact with people, or they can find us. I'm still thinking that we need more visibility in the community, and I am still pursuing the sign. I have drafted a letter to send to the select board and the town manager. I don't know who else I should outreach to. Maybe you have some suggestions, but I really would like to give them my suggestion of easy signage for us with the, my thought is the two signs that we have at the entrance to the town hall are both saying town center. One was taken from the other driveway that was eliminated in front of the town hall, and I don't see why they can't just adapt one of those signs since they're back to back to say senior center, so that people have visibility of knowing we're down the road. And I just think that would be a great idea and the least expensive, but I don't know. So I'm as I said, I'm drafting a letter and see what kind of response I get. If you all have any ideas or suggestions, I welcome them before I send it off. Obviously, I will send a copy to you as the board to know what I've said, looking for the support, obviously, of the board to get this accomplished. The senior center, now, we have such an amazing senior center with all that Holly's doing with the updating and the dementia-friendly and all of that. I just feel badly that some people that live in town still don't know where we are, so I think we can use all the help we can get. So I'm really pursuing this sign thing. It's just a couple of things, upcoming events that we have. Obviously, our board meeting is January 7th at 9:30 at the Senior Center in the conference room. Our next program is January 13th at 1 o'clock, and it is our ever popular and big draw bingo. And this will be called the Bingo Blizzard Bash. And I'm hoping that blizzard does not mean that we're going to have one. But nevertheless, I just thought it was, time of the year appropriate. And we will have, obviously our prizes and some special winter drinks and things to make it holiday-ish and wintry. So thank you for, if anyone has any questions or suggestions, I welcome them. Thank you.
Thank you. Move on to the financial reports.
Sure. So so just to make sure that Pamela understands, so each month I provide a full financial from the Munis software that we have for the accounting department, and I offer a short financial. Today I'm going to be discussing just the short financials, so it's easier to follow along. I'm going to share my screen right now. And this is about as big as I can make it without me not being able to see it myself. So we'll start from the top. So the general fund, so you can see I listed some comments next to it so everybody can understand. So the general fund is the town-approved operating budget that comes out in the spring of every year. And if we scroll down, you can see, whoops, sorry, a little testy here. So right here where it says OPEX, that is the acronym for operating. So at the beginning of each year, we have line items that have a specific amount dedicated to them for our budget, and you can see right here, so it says utility and telephone. We started with 2,000, and you can see over here at the balance, it's $1,424.45. So we started with $2,000, and this is our available budget for telephones. And the telephone is specifically for the staff's cell phones, and that is office staff as well as the van drivers. Then below, you see hospital and medical. We began with 660. We still have 660 left because normally this particular line item is for the physicals for our van drivers, and usually that takes place in the spring, which is why there is still $660 left. On the next page, services not classified. So services not classified, what that means is anything that we're not prepared for the upcoming year, we have a designated amount set aside. And as you can see, we started off with $4,000 and our available budget is $0. That $4,000 specifically this year actually went towards half the cost of us acquiring the new, one of the COA vans. Then it goes down to print posted stationery. You can see that we started off with $2,000 and we still have $2,000. Usually I dedicate that in the spring also. That is specifically for our newsletter mailings. Our newsletter mailing actually costs approximately $8,500 a year. So the rest of the money to cover that expense comes out of the formula grant, the state formula grant. Then we have office supplies. That's pretty self-explanatory. We started with $1,000, where what we have available is $10.49. Car allowance and mileage. Anytime a staff person utilizes their own personal vehicle, they are reimbursed for a specific amount per mile. And you can see that we also started off at $1,000, and we are at $455.85. Dues and memberships. So with our stakeholders, some of our relationships do require dues and memberships. So that would be like Elder Services of Worcester, Massachusetts Council on Aging. We do pay for an entertainment permit, so that falls under here too. So you can see that we started off with $5,560 and we're currently at $3,141.08. Trainings and conferences, that is for,
The entertainment permit. Who do we get that from?
so that's the state. So so the way this works, anybody that plays any sort of music or movie needs to have a permit, entertainment permit. And this goes for whether it's a municipality, if it's a restaurant, it could be absolutely anything, but everybody has to have it. If you do not have it, the cost way outweighs the minimal cost at the beginning of the year. It could be up to thousands of dollars. And that's as easy as having Elvis come and sing, and we could get in a lot of trouble without it.
So our permit covers anyone?
Everything. So it covers
Covered
the
Elvis.
senior center. It covers the senior center.
Oh,
So, and different departments can't share one permit. So like the library has to have their own, anybody else would have to have their own. Yep, so that's what falls under the dues and memberships and things like that. So the trainings and conferences, that is for, again, any staff person that might go to the Massachusetts Council on Aging conference, or it could be any one of the trainings that we have available to us through the town. So you can see that we started with $19,220, and our available budget right now with it all together is $9,705.14. Moving on down below that, you can see that I highlighted aging and dementia furniture. Last year, I put in a capital request for the amount of,
Small reminder, the budget is July.
so a fiscal year, July 1, yep, to June 30.
Thank you.
Yep. So the aging and dementia furniture, last year I put in a capital request of $76,000. What we have currently left, this says $9,731.98. It's actually more about $3,000 at this point. Again, the thing to keep in mind when you're looking at these Munis things is I pulled these from the software last week, about a week ago, and it's not quick updated to everything that we put in. So we're going to keep going down. just want to make sure I didn't miss this page. So the Elder Affairs Grant, so that is the state formula grant that we receive from the state every single year. This year, as I mentioned last month, we are now at $15 per senior for the 2020 census, which ends up being about $129,000 and some cents. So you can see at the bottom here, it says that we started with 37,000 and our available budget is 3,000. That's not completely accurate, which is why I also provide the spreadsheet link that Casey and I created, because there is always rollover, well, not always, but there typically is rollover amounts from the state of federal grant, state grant, I'm sorry, and we have not yet received the other portion of the grants, and that probably won't come in until February. So please, if you're looking for specific amounts and what the actual total is, please utilize the spreadsheet link that I shared for the December agenda.
What are the numbers above it? Where you start out with the $907,000. Where is that coming from?
900.
Under revised
State-
budget.
State revenue, revised budget, 900.
Oh, so one of the things that we've learned by having conversations with the accounting is much of what Munis does is it rolls over everything that's happened in like the last 10 or 15 years. I have recently reached out to the assistant town manager of finances to see if we can kind of change the way that the Munis reports to us, so it's not so confusing. At this time, until they can figure out a better way, that column is basically everything that's ever been carried over.
And then the subtractions is everything that's been paid.
So when you see anything with a negative amount, that is actually a positive. So it's a deposit, okay?
Over the last 10 years.
Yeah, over the last 10 years, yeah, or more. It could be more.
Weird.
That is weird.
One more question.
Yes, Raquel.
How does the state get the number of seniors that we get the $15 per senior?
So when the town clerk does the census for voting and things like that, that's how they receive them. So up until last year, we were doing 2010 census, and they increased it the year after COVID to the 2020. So it looks as though it could be every 5 to 10 years, and they understand this. As you can see over the past couple of years, the state's been very proactive about giving us that additional dollar, which helps Shrewsbury out tremendously. But I don't know specifics as to why they use that particular year. I'm not sure.
Thanks.
I think because that's when the US Census is.
Yeah.
Every 10 years.
Yeah.
So 2010, 2020.
Yeah.
I think that might be it, but
Sounds good.
Yep.
I'm no census expert.
Yep. So continuing on to page 4, the gift fund. So the gift fund are donations that were received from the community. And I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. So when we created the gift fund, anything when we take money in from the community will go under this gift fund, which is why then you see on, what page is this? Page 5, the Senior Center Garden Fund is under the gift fund. So you can see the total for the Senior Center Garden Fund to date is $8,741. Now, if you scroll down, or if you just scroll down just a little bit, you could see that the total gift fund combined, so that it would be the Senior Center Garden Fund as well as the regular gift fund that we have that we use for the nutrition programs, outreach, and transportation, is combined $34,393.59.
Where's that? Oh, okay.
So at the very bottom of that, the revolving fund. So the revolving fund is specifically for our COA vans, just the white vans. You can see that our available budget in that revolving fund is $7,881.83. That money goes to any maintenance repairs that we have for those 2 specific white vans only. How do we get money into the revolving fund? Well, anybody that donates anything specifically towards transportation, we donate specifically into this account, as well as we have a contract with the Shrewsbury Housing Authority, so they provide us a quarterly a quarterly donation to assist the Housing Authority with transportation and outreach. So that is the short financials. Any questions on the short financials, the full financials, or the spreadsheet links that I provided? Okay.
Okay, moving on to Director's Report. Renee, Outreach.
Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays. We have a lot going on at the senior center, which is really wonderful. Starting with services, fuel assistance, we continue to take applications for anyone who wants to get one in. You have until April 30th to do that, and you can come see me or call me if you want to do a new application. The income requirements for a single person is $49,196, and for a couple, $64,333, so no more than that, and you can qualify. We also have Share the Warmth applications that we take in through March 1st, and that's a Selco program to help you pay your electric utilities. And as part of fuel assistance, you can either apply online or on paper. If you do it online, you can also access asking for weatherization assistance. People who qualify can get that for free. And if you don't do it online, then we can send an email and hopefully get a response that way. SNAP applications can be taken anytime, and the Healthy Incentives Program, which gives households additional funds to purchase produce. Unfortunately, the state has made cutbacks on that program. It was for a single household, it would have been $40, up to $40 a month, and for a couple up to $60 a month, and for both those have been cut back to $20. But I'm hoping people can take advantage of that, and there's hopefully a lot of lobbying going on to increase that because, one of the it's really important for maintaining health and wellness and that sort of thing if people can afford fresh produce. The food pantry is open to seniors in Shrewsbury, age 60 and over, and if there's a senior in the household, the whole household can participate. Currently, we have 60 signups, and 25 to 30 people each week take advantage of it. We're open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays by appointment, so feel free to contact me if you want to register or if you want to make an appointment. Previously, we were getting weekly deliveries of fresh produce, and that has ended, and we're using what's left from what we got before Thanksgiving, and we hope to find another source. And we have someone potentially working with Wegmans on that one. And of course, when we hire a new coordinator, we'll have a little bit more time to explore more of those options. We continue to get the word out there on food pantry donations that we're taking, and so we're getting more and more, pantry goods, which is great. And Southgate community has been a regular donator. Almost every week we're getting new items in, which is really, really wonderful.
Renee, what's the status on the coordinator?
So we're conducting interviews, doing second interviews today. So hopefully, we should have someone in January, I would think. Okay. Yeah. For Thanksgiving, Andrea Casanetti she does the turkey baskets. We also had turkey baskets donated by Seventh-day Adventist community. We had 11 households in the food pantry participate in wanting to get turkey baskets, so that was really nice just to have, as an extra thing. So regarding other programs, the Medicare Savings Program that people can take advantage of to have their Medicare Part B paid for, and any extra help with prescriptions, more and more people are applying for it. And, they're hearing about it from our Shine volunteers, including Raquel, and in the newsletter and such. So I'm always getting requests, which is really wonderful. because, they raised the income requirements substantially and there are no asset requirements anymore. So more people will qualify. We have Coffee with a Cop going on the first Monday of the month from 9 to 10:30, typically at the senior center, sometimes at other sites. And we did start a fraud and scam program series, which was started last month with contractor scams, and that was people seem to really appreciate that. If you're hiring a contractor, there are things to watch out for. If you would like a little sheet on that, make a request of me because it has some good information that I can hand out for you if you're looking to hire a contractor. Coming up this Monday from 1 to 2, we're having the Mass Consumer Division do a series on fraud and scams, how to avoid them around the holidays, and also identity theft. And we're having a third one by a community outreach person from Joseph Early's office in January. So a bunch of things coming up. I think that pretty much covers it. Yes.
Can you talk about the health fair when you're planning on it, please?
Yeah, so we're going to plan. We did a health fair the first year I was with the Council on Aging in 2021, or actually 2022, and so we're going to conduct another health fair and have our partners. Again, we had about 60 last time, including municipal departments, which was really great, and we'll do that again. Have that at the senior center. It will be the Tuesday, the week of April vacation. And Tuesday is a good time because we're open a little bit later at the center, so things won't be quite as rushed. So stay tuned for more information on that.
Date?
I'm sorry?
The date.
I don't.
Usually it's in the teens, right?
So I think it's usually the second week of April is April vacation. It's on a Tuesday.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll send out a notification for sure.
Yeah, we'll have, in the new year, we'll have a lot of marketing on that, so.
Renee, what's the, with regards to the health fair, what are you looking to accomplish there? Who are typically going to be the presenters and who?
Yeah, so we have a variety of vendors. We have people from the long-term care community, assisted living, nursing homes, things like that. We have people from different Massachusetts state departments, including the Mass EDP, which does the specialized phone equipment for people who have, low vision and hearing and that sort of stuff, as examples. ESWA, SYFS participates. Joseph Early's office, just so many different types of vendors. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any
Okay.
other questions?
Thank you
All right.
once
Thank
again
you.
for all you and the volunteers do to help you.
Yes, yeah, and we do have a lot of great volunteers at the food pantry especially, so thank you.
Thanks, Renee.
Yeah.
Moving on, Holly Transportation.
Yep. So each month, Cynthia Willis puts together a plethora of resources and information that she then sends out and delivers to each one of the housing locations, and that includes any special trips that are coming up. Lately, she's been doing bingo parties and lunches and movies and things like that, and they have been loving it. So we are in the midst of waiting for the title of one of the COA vans to come in. And what that will also do is it will allow us to use that vehicle to drive out of state, outside of business hours, on the weekends, allow for other departments as necessary to utilize those vans once they have all received the necessary training. And once that happens, our outreach for the Housing Authority will increase even more. So we're very much looking forward to that, and I just want to make sure that Cynthia Willis gets the recognition that she deserves by going above and beyond to make sure that everybody understands that transportation is available to them. And she has also been participating in all of the WRTA studies that they've been having for the town of Shrewsbury, which involves increasing the locations that the WRTA buses drive, as well as the other resources that they offer, such as VIA. So VIA is a little bit more restricted. It does come with a $2 cost as long as you're within the spectrum of where VIA will travel, but it is another opportunity for people to have public transportation. One of the things that I do want to mention is a lot of people don't understand how the WRTA works. And so Cynthia Willis is going to be putting together a short video to understand how to utilize the big buses that come through town, as well as the smaller buses that come through town, our transportation, and any other opportunities that might be available. Because as of right now, the WRTA big buses, they actually travel Route 9 and Route 20. And in order to, you haven't noticed any bus corrals or anything like that where people can wait. That's because anybody who's on Route 9 or Route 20, if they see a WRTA bus, you can wave them down and you can get on. But a lot of people don't know that. So Cynthia Willis will be adding that into the informational video that she puts together. So, any questions on transportation?
Holly, VIA, does it go, I realize there's geographic limitations, but does it go outside of the town of Shrewsbury?
It does, yep. So I believe it's Westboro and Worcester is where it goes. Next we have, so Casey is not with us today, so I'll be the speaker for Casey. The volunteer needs update. So we have approximately 100 volunteers, and they're all dispersed throughout all of the four service areas that we provide. That includes the transportation, the nutrition programs, and outreach. The things that we're looking for specifically right now are a few extra hands on Tuesday evening for our dining with sirloin, and that basically is coming in about 3 o'clock, helping set up the kitchen area. The food gets delivered from sirloin around 3:30. We prep it, we heat it up, and then we serve the meals, and then we clean up. So it's about an hour and a half dedication time for Tuesday nights, and that is every Tuesday. One of the other ones we have also is we're looking for a Bollywood instructor, so they can come in and teach some Bollywood for the fitness. As well as we're looking for a monthly newsletter volunteer that can help us do the mailing of the newsletters as well as distributing them throughout town. And that approximately takes anywhere, to do the UPS mailing for us, it takes about a half an hour. To do the newsletter distribution throughout town can take a couple of hours, and this volunteer would be reimbursed the mileage. But those are the ones that we are looking for specifically right now. Casey did have the annual volunteer luncheon set. It is set for Monday, March 24th. More information will follow. And then Casey was also going to talk about the Dementia Friendly Initiative. Currently, she meets with the Dementia Friendly Committee quarterly. And starting in January, she'll be offering informational sessions to people within the town of Shrewsbury, and that could be small businesses, the departments, opportunities over at the senior center, as well as the recreation department. We want to make sure that everybody's privy to the correct information for Dementia Friendly. Any questions on anything regarding Dementia Friendly or the volunteer needs?
Sorry.
Raquel, no.
So the dinners at Tuesdays is not connected to the morning
No.
session. So how do you look for the volunteers? You go to Casey?
So we advertise,
Yeah, but
and
I'm trying to see if you want to sign up.
so if anybody wants to volunteer out of the senior center for any position that ever comes available, they need to visit the senior center. We give them a volunteer application. At that same time, we do a Cory check So we would need a proof of some kind of ID. And once that all passes, Casey then meets with everybody, making sure that they're a right fit for whatever position that they're asking to volunteer for. And then we go on from there.
If someone already works in the kitchen and went through all that process, will it have to go through Corey again and whatever sign up and qualifications?
No. So once a volunteer, you are a volunteer.
Okay.
The only thing that we do on an annual basis is recheck Corey's. And again, we take our time to interview people because we want to make sure that people are the right fit before we put them into any one position at all. And then sometimes it doesn't work out and they ask to be transferred, so we do that too. So and we try to accommodate everybody's needs and everybody's desires.
Do they need a food handler's permit?
No, so the staff, we all have one, and so that is adequate for the senior center. And for the month of January and February, myself, Casey, and the new office assistant will actually be going through some additional certifications. So right now, we are all food safe certified, but we're gonna do allergens and all of the other certifications that go along with it, so we can make sure that we're prepared.
Great. Any other questions? Okay, programs.
Yes, so each year for the past few years, we've been doing Seniors Still Believe, and we kind of mix it up every year. And with the big need for our food pantry this year, what we are doing is we're collecting large print activity books, and when we receive those, we'll distribute those to Meals on Wheels clients through the Meals on Wheels program. Anything that's left over, we usually donate over to the Housing Authority. In addition, we are also asking for people to donate to the food pantry. So we want to keep minds active and food in the homes. That's our scope for this holiday season. And we're always asking for donations for the food pantry. In January, so everybody knows by now that we have become dementia friendly, and we just put in some new carpeting and some new furniture over at the senior center. So we really want to showcase the changes that are taking place. So there is a open house on Tuesday, January 21st. It's from 3 to 5 o'clock. What we'll have the senior center set up in the way to showcase everything that we've done so far, as well as we've invited some stakeholders and some town departments to come and kind of be available to present what they offer. And when I say stakeholders for this particular one, we are inviting just the instructors that actually instruct over at the senior center, our volunteers. So you'll see Joe Fish from our Senior Challenge over there. I'm hoping we'll see Raquel and perhaps Larry over there, so you can talk about the things that you offer. The Friends have received their invitation as well. So I'm guessing that there could be approximately 20 to 30 guests there, so available to answer questions.
When is that?
So that is, the open house is Tuesday, January 21st from 3 to 5. And we'll also have some wonderful snacks from Napoli's, as we always do.
Okay.
Yep. So for nutrition, as Renee mentioned before, just to echo her, we have about 60 families that are utilizing the senior center food pantry. We have the Tuesday night dinners, we have the Meals on Wheels, we have the congregate dining. We also try to incorporate different programs in which we involve meal options. So last evening we had an ugly sweater with music bingo event, and we also served pizza and cheese and crackers and things like that. So I really urge people, when you're reading the programs, when it says light refreshments, in my mind, light refreshments is I'm going to feed your belly. So I hope that people are enjoying those programs that we're putting together. And that is all I have.
Wow. All right, any old or new business? Anyone? Raquel?
Just have a quick question, just came to my brain.
Sure.
Do we have an AED in the building?
Mhm.
We do. Where
Yep.
is it?
So it's right outside the reception desk. It's on the wall.
right, left?
So if you're looking at the reception desk, it's to the left.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
And who knows how to use it?
So currently, all of the van drivers are certified, the 2 office assistants, Cynthia Willis, and mine has since expired, and actually Cynthia is in the process of putting everybody's certifications back in so we can all get recertified again.
Thank you.
Very good.
I do have something for new business. So one of the things that I would love to incorporate is a board member perhaps engaging with Casey and I, creating programs and really understanding the programs that what we aim to do, what we feel has worked out well, what we feel has not worked out well. I would really just like to see if any board members, and you don't have to answer me today, would like to meet with us like once a month so we can really sit down and give you the information of why we chose the programs that we chose. And so like when we have these agenda meetings, it's not just me discussing about them, it's the board members talking about it themselves. So really getting those, getting more involvement because the programs are really big. And Casey and I have realized that we need to scale back from doing the smaller programs, you know, like for us, the smaller programs, I mean, so for us, it would be like bingo or like a music event, because what I really want to concentrate on, things like Seniors Still Believe and having those outreach programs that really engage people, pull people in, just as Maria mentioned before, you know, grabbing the people that don't know that we're here. So it's finding all of those specifics that might mean something to you, but means nothing to you. So really just trying to broaden those. But with everything from our day-to-day essential duties, sometimes we don't have the time.
So,
Raquel, yes.
sorry, we just sent this big survey, and we got really quite a nice response from the community, whoever responded, which is pretty nice number of responders. Maybe, I actually don't like volunteering, but I will volunteer for that, what you just offered.
Okay.
Maybe we can take this information that we didn't present yet in here. We can look at it and see, keep the same programs we have, change a little tweaking, add some of what the community is actually looking for. I actually would love to join you and Casey on a monthly basis.
Yep.
It's something that, you know, now that I'm really more involved in the center, I would like to, and I'm listening around to the people I work with volunteering and so on, so I can hear little snippets of gossip and whatever, bring it in, and maybe we can look at the data, what people enjoyed last year, participation, you track participation, what event had so many people, 5 here only, 50 here, or whatever, and look at that, tweaking it. I think it sounds like a great idea. I would love to actually, unless somebody else wants to do it, I'm not.
Well, so we could create a subcommittee where we meet on a monthly basis. That way, you know, in doing so, we'd have to just create an agenda.
Yeah.
So, so it would be an open door for us. So maybe we table it for now, come back next month with a couple of ideas, but in the meantime, anybody can always like stop in. Do you want to touch base on the strategic plan that Raquel just?
Sure. So we're working on an update to our strategic plan, which was last done in, how long ago?
2000, it expired, I
Before
believe, in
COVID.
2000. It was 2019 to 2023 is what it was,
Oh,
I
okay.
think, or 2022.
So we sent out the questionnaire. We're going to meet, we have could we call it a subcommittee that meets to look at the strategic plan and work on that? We'll meet in January and come back at the board meeting. But we want to update our vision, mission, values, and objectives to make sure that we're aligned with what the community needs. So we will be reporting back, and Raquel's participated in that. She just is
I'm bored.
multi-dimensional.
And on another note, so I also want to recognize the efforts that Ruth has been putting in with the human leadership team. The services departments, so the Council on Aging, the Recreation Department, the library, Board of Health, SYFS. I know I'm missing some. Oh, the schools. So what we're currently doing is each department is presenting about like what their goals, what their visions are, and how they make things work. And what we're getting out of that is how each department can mix and mingle and assist that. So we're not duplicating events and really growing whatever initiatives any department has a little bit stronger with additional support. So I don't know about you, but I've been finding it a lot of fun, actually.
Very, very interesting. Is there any follow-up on that grant program?
Yes, so SYFS was very nice, and they gave us an opportunity to look up a grant program. It's another business that we were looking at, and Casey and I have met with them a couple of times. Unfortunately, we just don't think that it's specifically for us. It's a lot of work to get through, but the price tag on it is just under $6,000. So it just seems like a hefty price tag for something that's not confirmed. So, like I said, we spent some time on it, and it did take a good amount of time to try to find what we were looking for. And then sometimes there was no actual release dates. So I just worry if the release dates come at the time when we have to renew, what was the purpose of this particular thing? But I am going to be meeting with the SYFS Executive Director next month to make sure he understands that we did try and we appreciated the opportunity, but it's just not, it wasn't the right fit for the Council on Aging.
And of course, SYFS is Youth and Family Services.
She's for Youth and Family Services, yeah.
Okay.
I
Yes,
was just
Penny.
going to say that, I have a little bit of a learning curve as I'm getting acclimated to all the amazing things that happen here. But to what you mentioned, Holly, about getting together with programming, I would love to be able to join and participate in that. And then in my career, I've worked on revising vision, missions, core values. We had a portrait of a graduate as part of that, but process around that. So if those are open meetings and people can attend and participate, it might be another way for me to learn a little bit and participate a little bit. I
That
do
would
look
be
forward to
wonderful.
getting active.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
again, anybody's welcome to join those meetings. I'll send you out the dates that we typically meet. As Raquel mentioned, we're at the next meeting, we're gonna skip December just because of the holidays. When we meet in January, we're gonna really kind of go over the survey and all of the data that we collected and to see where we can move from there. And then, of course, we'll present that to the board, if not in January, February. No rush to make it perfect, so, but that would be great. I did not know that, so that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
Very useful.
thanks.
We've been blessed with a really involved board and people really bringing strong perspectives
Thank you.
and backgrounds to the board, so thank you.
I agree.
Welcome again.
Thanks.
I
Maria.
think this new program thing, I think it would be really important for it to be a collaborative with the Friends, because we do put on programs, and oftentimes in the past, everyone's trying to do something, and we've had duplications of effort. So I think it's important for the smaller programs that you're talking about,
Yeah.
that we be involved somehow to, maybe do something additional, or make sure we don't duplicate effort.
Yep. No, I appreciate that, and I agree.
Good.
100%. Yep. And anybody from the community, I mean, it will be posted, because if we have more than 2 board members, it has to be an open agenda. So once that gets posted, anybody can join and give their feedback.
Perfect.
Yep. So we'll start that the first of the year.
Okay.
Great.
Anything else, new or old business?
If you keep me here, I'm sure I'll come up with something. But I think I'm done now.
I think you will too. Well, on that note, happy holidays, everyone. Be safe, stay healthy, and
See you
motion
next
to
year.
adjourn. And what?
See you next year.
See
See you next year.
So moved.
Move.
Yeah.
Second.
Second?
Okay. And those in favor signify by
Aye.
getting up and leaving. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank you, everyone watching from home.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Thanks for the warm
I
welcome.
won't see you till
You're welcome.